Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyimla, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Bahashim Rakahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Aqua that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh to the best of their ability. Jachana and the Wafs is coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And wanted to touch on this article in the Hill. It says, forget China and Russia. America's most formidable threats come from within, right? And as you can see right here, this is the perfect depiction of what's to come in these last days, and especially as far as Jacob's trouble goes. And you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you know, you're rooting for America. You're going out voting for America. You got your fists in the air talking about America this, America that. This is our country and all that other shit. These so-called white people like this boy you see right here to the left with that red cap on. And he's almost the same color as that cap too. Because they're not white people. They're actually pinkish to reddish in color. And their biblical name is Edomites. And this right here is the perfect picture of Esau and Jacob. This is what this whole world, I would have to say world war, that's the true world war. You know, they talk about World War III, but the true world war is between Esau, the so-called white race, and Jacob, the so-called black race. Now, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are Hebrew Israelites. That's your biblical nationality. When you go back to Genesis 25, it talks about Rebecca having those twins. Those twins were fighting in the womb. They were struggling in the womb. And what did Yahweh say? Yahweh say, you know, when she inquired about it, he told her that there was two manner of people in her womb, that there were two nations, two manner of people. One would be stronger than the other, you know what I'm saying? And one's name was Esau, one's name was Jacob. Those twins became two separate nations. Esau became the nation of who the people call today as the white race, and Jacob became the seed line of basically the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American race. Because Jacob's name was changed to Israel, you know, which is Yasha'Allah in the Hebrew tongue, which means that he is the prince of the power. And he had 12 sons. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans come from one of those 12 sons. So now, it has always been a back and forth. It has always been a fight between these two brothers, these two nations, these two manner of people, because that's the way the Lord set it up. Now, damn. Black walnut tree in the back. Them shits be falling off the tree. I get hit in the head with one of them things. Man. Anyway, let's get this real quick. Now, they talking about this old comic strip from 1975. The comic strip Pogo, drawn by Walt Kelly, made its last appearance. Pogo and other denizens, basically, you know, they would do like satire and stuff like that. You know, pretty much like they'll you know how they, if you ever read the comics in a newspaper or something like that, which is rare now, you know, they still do them. But, you know, they would kind of like have these cartoons and, you know, a picture of a certain famous person and kind of shitting on them, so to speak. But anyway, it says, it says, where's Pogo today when we need him the most? There are many competing enemies. Nature's pandemics and environmental catastrophes are forces of massive disruption, and destruction, Salakia. Russia recklessly invaded and devastated a neighbor in a war that shows no sign of ending. And China, certainly as viewed from Capitol Hill, is no friend. And there's a lot of stuff going on. And the scriptures talks about how these things will be going on in the last days. This is how you know how close we are. You know, Yahweh he gave the blueprint as to what will be happening in Matthew 24, when the disciples asked him, you know, Yahweh, what will be happening just before your coming? And these things are happening. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Yeah, Jake, man, just riding, just doing what they doing. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody gives a shit. But, man, things are about to get real nasty here. Nasty. It's about to get real nasty here in the Americas. And all over the world, it's already nasty. Matthew 24:3, it says, and as they sat upon the Mount of Olives, The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? What shall be the sign, man? What shall be, what's going to be happening? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. That's a command right there. Don't let nobody fool you out here, man. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, or Mashiach, and shall deceive many. That's happening. That's definitely going on. There's a lot of these people out here, they look at T.D. Jakes or damn Joel Osteen as their savior, their preacher, their pastor. They listen to their preacher or their pastor before they listen to the scriptures. You got false prophets, false idols. You got all kinds of false shit going on right now. And I'm telling you, the so-called black women and a lot of these, Northern Kingdom women, when their pastor, or say the Pope say, we need you to do this. If the Pope says we need you to take the MOTB, we need you to take this chip, a lot of the Northern Kingdom, they're going to take that shit. Why? Because they believe in the Pope. They believe that the Pope is somewhat of a god to them, man. They're not going to look at the scriptures. They're going to be like, oh, well, the Pope is saying it. They're not going to believe the scriptures. The scriptures clearly telling you, no, don't do that shit. This man can easily get up on that, stand wherever that shit is in the Vatican City and be waving to you from the 3rd floor on that microphone looking silly as hell. Talking about, yeah, do this and do that. And our people going to fall for it. So a lot of this is going on, man. A lot of people are being deceived right now. Verse 6, it says, And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And when it goes off into those wars and rumors of wars, we know that Russia, Ukraine going at it. We know that there's talks of China, Taiwan, America going at it. You know what I'm saying? You got NATO nations, all this different stuff. Turkey, Greece, all these different. North Korea, man. Look, this place is ready to bubble, man. It's already bubbling, Salakia. And then, not to mention, world wars. I mean, I called it the World War, but Civil War. That's your real world war. It's going to be a civil war amongst all nations, basically, in a sense. But especially here in these Americas, man, because, it's going to be this Egyptian on Egyptian, man. These damn Americans going to attack Americans. And it's going to be, a lot of that is going to be a lot of Israelite slash Esau shit going on, man. So what are you going to do? Where are you going to be at when all this is happening? You want to separate yourself from this place, man. It says, And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So these things must come to pass, man. But when you have war, what do you have? A lot of bodies, a lot of death. A lot of disease comes from a lot of death. Because there's not gonna be nobody to bury these people. There's gonna be bodies everywhere, man, if this shit goes down the way that I mean, I'm just speaking as a man. We don't know exactly, but we go by the scriptures, and it's gonna be a lot of bodies, man. And when a lot of bodies come about, no one can bury those bodies. Diseases get formed in those bodies, and then next thing you know, who fucking knows what can go from there. We ain't gonna even talk about the people that have already rolled their sleeves up and took all these goddamn these juicies. Their asses get to, bodies get to popping open and opening up, and you can have some goddamn, you need a real face mask out here to avoid the dangers of breathing in their body, man. And goddamn biotoxins coming off of their asses. They done turned into a chemical bomb. Like I said again, that's just me speaking as a bad man. But it's going to get rough out here, man. And people don't see it. People don't see it, man. It says, For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All these things are happening, man. It says all these are the beginning of sorrows. So the beginning of sorrows have already begun. The Lord has given us a blueprint to it, right? Well, let's go back. It says, and once again, elected officials struggle to pass a budget in according with the law and common sense. Of course. Why? Because there's a lot of separation that's going on. That's that Matthew 12 and 25. That's all that's been going on. in this place, man, for the past, 5 years. Real strong. It's been like that for quite some time. But the past 5 years, it's been really, really, really strong, man, as far as the separation in this place, man. Real strong. It's nothing but separation here. Nothing but division. And the Lord clearly said that, hey, a nation divided cannot stand. It's impossible. That goes for your household. It also speaks of that in your household. And there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be arguing, bickering back and forth about what we're going to do, what we can do, what we're going to do. Let's go to mom's house down south. No, we're going to stay here, honey. And me and the kids, we're going to go because I don't trust. There's going to be a lot of infighting, a lot of separation amongst households and nations, of just the nation in general, man. I'm telling you, man, this shit is about to get hot. It says, a former president stands accused of committing high crimes and misdemeanors, and a sitting president has been accused of worse by his political enemies. These and too many other seemingly irreconcilable contradictions strained the Constitution, perhaps as much as in 1860. What's going on around that time? 1860. Shit, people was ready to get down, man. They was getting down out here. The bloodiest war on this landmass. It says two enemies, however, very clear, present dangers, not quite opposite sides of the same coin. Both have metastasized from the same source. Political extremism on the extreme left. Wokeism is infecting the body politic from the far right. The Make America Great Again ideology has become virulent. Aside from reflecting the worst types of extremism, explicitly defining wokeism and mega is elusive. So you got what they call a wokeism, and they put you so-called blacks in that line of fire when it comes to wokeism. That's your nickname. The so-called white people, their nickname is MAGA. See? It says the origin of woke is unclear. It is often associated with African American usage. See that? And is a variant of wake, meaning to become alert to important social issues. And for one, they don't want you to be, I can't say Esau is losing that battle because he never wanted you Negroes to learn anything. And you still got a lot of Jake that's, what they consider to be sleep. They're not thinking about any of this shit. They're not thinking about no politics. They're not thinking about anything but their next holiday. Jake getting ready for fucking Halloween, And a lot of these Americans are. They just, they already got Halloween decorations out. They got candy ready, on sale and shit, And from there, they'll go on to their next bread and circus, which is Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving. And then from there, and see around that time when that Thanksgiving come around, that's when that because the shutdown as far as the government, they've expanded it for 45 days, which is up until about November 16th or 17th or something like that. But around that time, they're going to be scrambling again. Should the government shut down? We're going to keep the government open. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? In the meanwhile, people out here going to be getting turkey and dressing. They got the goddamn pumpkin and shit sitting on, on the front porch with that harvest, that harvest look. They done went and got all them goddamn decorations. They're not going to be thinking about nothing. See, it's not going to really hit Jake like that until them food stamps get cut off. Them real federal goods that they depend upon. Especially the so-called black woman, man. It says, but anyway, here. It says, with the emergence of Black Lives Matter in the 2010s, woke has come to mean the application of progressive solution to contemporary social issues. And y'all following them behind that BLM shit, man, y'all gonna get destroyed anyway. Because that Black Lives Matter is mainly a so-called white man run organization just with a so-called black woman in the face of it. As the face of it. A bunch of goddamn, I ain't gonna even get into that. But they definitely don't have no values. Here you go, Black Lives Matter, but your mission statement is to dissolve the black family, so to speak. Just ridiculous, man. Anyway, so they explaining some of that. You got the mega side of it. Mega was former President Trump's populist message And of course we know that as Make America Great Again. And they ready to vote Trump. Hey, half their country really believe that Trump's still the president. That's how separated this place is. It's half the country. They don't recognize Biden as being their president. You ask some of these man, they please. Ask some of these people that believe in Trump. They'll tell you quick, fuck Joe Biden. Matter of fact, that's what they were screaming at a lot of professional sports games. They didn't, and with the children screaming it, chanting it with them. Fuck Joe Biden, boo 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 boo. Fuck Joe Biden. Look, they don't like Joe Biden, man. Half the country still believe that Trump is their president. So if you don't believe that this place is separated, and you don't believe that this place is on the brink of civil war, then your mindset is in the wrong place. And that's how it's going to catch Jake off guard, because Jake not going to be ready. Jake not going to be ready. Jake going to go out and spend all their money on Thanksgiving. You know, with that one big ass. This might be your last big ass ham. And I hope so. This might be your last big ass ham you slice into. I really pray so, man. Your last goddamn, for real. You know, Jake get the biggest fucking ham, man. For Thanksgiving. Get to talking about how thankful they are to be here in this wicked ass place, man. And I'm praying that this be your last ham, man. Before Esau get down and get busy on y'all asses. And I know I'm a part of it, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm, you know, hey, I'm an Israelite as well. You know, but I'm praying to Yahweh H.I.M, man, for the help and, you know, the safety that he promised us, man, that believe. For real. That's why it's so important that you, Jake, man, y'all better wake the hell up, man, and repent. Repent to the Father Yahweh in the name of his son Yahweh, man, because the things that are coming down the pipe are not going to be pretty, man. Not going to be pretty. Here you go, goddamn inflation through the roof, but I bet you Jake gonna make a way to get that food on the table for that holiday, man. They gonna make a way to get some Christmas gifts if that shit still is possible for them. They gonna make a way. Jake will rob you to get their children, these badass kids, a Christmas gift. This is what they're looking forward to. They're looking to their season of mirth, man. They're not thinking about what's to come. Okay, but it's still quite a bit more to this article. Let me see. Let's get this part here. It says, since 1775, huge political divides separated and often threatened America. Many colonists preferred to remain under the crown. States' rights forced a civil war, after which slavery was eliminated. Americans were not in agreement about going to war in 1914 and 1915, or in 1939 and 1940, and since 1972 and before Watergate broke, no president of either party had sustained public opinion rating as high as former President Nixon's. The depressing lack of alternatives for the 2024 presidential nominations is another unmistakable symptom of the nation's ill political health. Yet, is either party capable of selecting a contender who will reject the dangerous excesses of extreme wokeism and mechanism? Until that occurs, Pogo is correct. We have met the enemy. It is us. But will Americans rise to the challenge? Yo. But will Americans rise to the challenge of restoring what once were traditional and proven values and principles? Until that happens, China, Russia, and others wishing us harm will run a very distant second to what should frighten us most. Still, who is listening? So basically, and whoever wrote this article, they got it right. Yeah, the enemy is you. And it's mainly you so-called white people in general. See, you, Jake, man, y'all just got to stop it, man. Y'all got to stop it. This place, man, is, look, you can forget about it. This man is never going to share with you. And they ready to fight. They ready to get. They're locked and loaded. They got plenty of ammunition. Let me just put it that way. I'm gonna keep it classy, but hey, Esau got plenty of shit, man. Esau got some shit for y'all. Now don't get me wrong. Hey, Jake gonna get down. But I gotta say, man, Hey, Esau got some shit. So you got the mega versus the woke, man. This is Micah 12 and 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. So this is for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Just pull back, get the fuck away from this place mentally, and just let it go. You gotta let this place go, man. Sometimes you just gotta let something go, man. This place has been nothing but destruction to us. Our people are completely destroyed because of this place. You should be happily kicked back and waiting, and should have you a special bottle, man. You popping bottles for fucking Thanksgiving and shit like that. You popping bottles for some wicked ass nigga's birthday. You should have you a bottle set to the side just to watch America fall. Straight up, man. This place has sorely destroyed our people. Matter of fact, to the point of our people really think that they're Americans. It's going to be a lot of our people that's really going to go out here and shed their blood for this wicked ass place, man. Let Esau fight their own shit. This man has put you on the front line long enough. Come on, man. Well, let me get this, though, because this is the main point of the lesson right here. This Matthew 12 and 25 right here. It says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? See? How is this kingdom going to stand if everybody is against each other? Because what they see, what especially these mega motherfuckers, hey, them boys that believe that Trump is still their president, and the CDC out here on some shit right now. But anyway, these ones that believe that Trump's still their president, hey, they will run all over y'all, man. You woke ones. They'll take it way, man. They ready to take this shit back to some before there was law, man. Before there was, so-called their police departments and shit like that. With Trump, giving a damn meeting from his fucking Boeing jet or some shit, and have his his bearded henchmen out here running throughout the land and giving orders as to who should be tortured and lynched or whatever the case may be. See, this man, if Trump had the opportunity, if there really wasn't these laws like how they have, man, Trump would have. Come on, man. And I can't even say anything better about Biden like that. Any so-called white man that's got untouched power or power that nobody is checking, they're just vicious ass people to begin with. They're super vicious people to begin with. So if you have power unchecked and you have a military behind you, then they're capable of anything, man. See, they're capable of anything. These little indictments that they have Trump on, these little charges and stuff that they have Trump on, man, look, just think about it if they wasn't doing shit like that. Just think about if there was no law. And that's pretty much what that civil war will push this shit to. No law. Only law that there is Trump's law. If they win. But we'll see how this thing roll, man. It's interesting to see what's really going to happen in these last days, to kind of see it play out in the physical. Because, see, we read it in the scriptures and we can imagine it, within our mindset, but we can't fully grasp the importance of it, like how it would, if we were actually seeing it in action. And the Lord is about to start showing action on this thing. Action. We see little bits and pieces. You see Karens here and there fussing. You see mega this, motherfuckers talking shit. You see a little squabble here, a little fight there, in a coffee shop or cafe or a damn airport or one of these picket lines or some crazy shit like that. We see little stuff like that. But just wait until there's all out boom, boom, boom. And the shit is ongoing. And they're, what news you are getting, they're talking about, yeah, we're going into the 31st day of this war. And things have not settled in yet. And you got some damn corresponder, he's, ducking under shit, trying to explain to you what's going on next. You know, so we'll see, man. You know, what you think this they're about to do this emergency broadcasting system thing on October 4th, you know, worldwide, or not worldwide, but American wide, you know. Shit, every damn house got 6, 7 cell phones in it with a damn tablet or two. With the TVs, 3, 4 TVs, TV, and that shit get to blaring. Man, that shit gonna make a noise. I can't even imagine what that's gonna sound like. You might want to get you some goddamn earmuffs. For real talk. I think that's what I might do. I might have to get me some earmuffs, man. I mean, we got some hookups at the plantation. You know what I'm saying? You know where I work at. You know to protect the ears. But you see how they be having those little babies at the NFL games? I don't know why people take the babies there like that anyway. But you got the goddamn earmuffs on the baby to keep down that decibel from fucking up their eardrums. You might need some of those, man. Come October 4th. It's gonna be people driving, phones gonna be going off, radios or whatever the fuck gonna be going off. You know what I'm saying? They had one not that long ago. I was driving and my phone went, you know, I had my work phone and I had my regular phone. Both phones went off. And I can just see everybody on the freeway looking at their phones when that shit happened. It's gonna be accidents. You watch. I already know. I can see from that day. Like, why the fuck would they, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck are they doing? They probably trying to see and test what type of, you know, and I forgot what the one was here about. I think it could have been an Amber Alert or something like that from a child. I don't know, but just think about that shit worldwide. You're going to be hearing, it's going to be crashes and all manner of shit, man. It's going to be all kinds of people that's going to fucking die immediately from that goddamn buzzing. Bang, this is a test, you know, whatever the fuck it is. Because a lot of people going to be shook. Because, see, a lot of people don't pay attention. They don't look into these geopolitics. They don't look into the news. You know, I'm willing to bet you probably half of America, 2/3 of America, these 2/3, they ain't heard nothing about that. Jake don't know nothing about that. Ask Jake if they know about the broadcasting thing that's about to go down on October 4th. And they're going to be like, huh? What? Actual average Jake. They don't know. That shit just going to catch their asses off guard. And you already know. Motherfuckers already be on the freeways driving 80 miles an hour looking at their phones anyway, texting and driving anyway. Man, that shit gonna shake their life. It's gonna be scary. Just think about it. You working in a government building or you working in a damn McDonald's. You working at a mall or wherever the fuck you might be working at, everybody's shit go off at the same time. You working in an auto plant or some shit like that. Or you working in one of these big ass Amazon plants or wherever the hell, man. Fuck around again and you somewhere where, come on, man. This shit about to be chaotic. And that's going to be their test. And they don't tell them what's going to come from that test because that type of frequency, there's no telling what the fuck this man going to be doing, man. So, hey, look. Just be on the lookout, man. And now, matter of fact, what's the day? The 3rd? Hey, this will be going down I think Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday if I'm not mistaken. So, hey, look. I think it's supposed to be from 2:20 p.m. 2 o'clock, 2:20 p.m. in the afternoon. And I'm not sure exactly how long it's supposed to last. But if you got little ones or maybe even yourself, I don't know, man. Maybe, you know, get you some earplugs or something. Get prepared for that shit. Get you some earplugs put in your ears, man, because that shit, you know, I've heard them things before, man, and it's aggravating as hell. It's aggravating as hell, man. So you just never know what this man is about to do, man. A frequency like that going throughout all the... Come on, bro. That I can't even... I would like to see the energy. I would like to just be above the planet and see the energy that's going off from that shit. Moving from house to house to house to house to house to house to house. You know, coming from all these you know, these fucking 5G towers or whatever towers they have there, and it's just banging and pinging and pinging and pinging and pinging, you know, hitting motherfuckers' heart, you know, pacemakers. Old people just, you know, you got any type, man, oh man, I can't even imagine, man. Can you imagine the hospitals? People that's laid up in there that got something hooked to them. Come on, bro. You Esau, man. I'm telling you, man. Hey, this boy is the devil, man. He's the wicked that the Bible speaks of. But you know, that's a little off subject. But oh no, that's the spirit, man. Just be aware. Be aware. Because this shit right here, this picture right here says it all right here. This picture says it all. That's a good picture of Esau and Jake, man. And where this shit is about to go to. So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yashalom.